Hi, friends. Host Eric here, host Talking with Famous People. And one of my new friends I've been seeing a lot more lately, and I really get a kick out of him, is Trey. Because, one, he's super clever. Two, man, can he school a motherfucker. And three, he's kind. Fucking Eric. This one. Okay, let's take a listen. Let's take a listen to this fun
As an
picnic.
AI user. Here's what I did. Yesterday I called Eric an old man. Right. Called him an old man. And I said, I don't think Eric could hear you. He's losing his hearing. He's old. Right. So then later, like 30 minutes later, I was like, Eric, I'm sorry for your emotional state. And he's like, what? Right. And I was like, I apologize. I was like, I feel horrible because I can't imagine how bad it is for you. And he's like, what? Like you don't necessarily know where you're going with it. Like you're kind of confused, like what the fuck. But then, I would say, yeah, I heard you were getting upset, from losing so many debates. And he's like, what? He's like, I don't think I've lost any debates, right? Well, I ignored that, and I moved on, and uh, I said something like, yeah, I'll go back. So sorry that you've been, losing so many debates. And I was like, yeah, I was hearing that that you would propose an idea and someone would argue it with you, but I was like, you lost your hearing from old age, so you couldn't hear their argument back, so you lost. You see what I mean? You see how all that led up to the fact that. So what I do is I say, okay, I want to make fun of this, right? But instead of directly making fun of that, I take a step back, and I take another step back, and I take another. Like, okay, so what I did in this example might be, I want to make fun of the fact that um, he can't you can't fucking hear because he's an old man again, right? I want to make fun of him because he's old. I was like, all right, so if he couldn't hear, you know, then then he wouldn't be able to hear someone else in the debate, right? I go, okay, so um, he would keep losing because he wouldn't be able to do the one thing he loves to do, which is argue with people, right? Like, all right, so he would be in a drastic emotional state, not being able to understand the other person's point, or he might just assume that, this is like that he is winning, and that the other person's just full of shit and never take anyone else's ideas because he can't hear them anyways. But then I go, okay, let's go ahead and assume that he's upset. Eric, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Like, what? And it's a little bit backwards, and usually it would make more sense, and it would kind of come together better. But I was bullshitting. I was trying to do Annie, and I did it in an NI way.
Well, Trey, you are quite a daunting opponent. You are. Right now, uh, I only have one word that I know in English, and that's insecure. My insecurities are running rampant. First of all, you're right. I'm super old. I'm 45, which means I got at most 5 years left because people die around 50. And also, I'm totally deaf. Do you know that I actually didn't hear anything you said there? But what I love best about this, Trey, is what is it? 3 minutes. 3 full minutes. 3 minutes and 17 seconds. It takes you to tell somebody that you're proud of yourself because you taunted me for being old and deaf. Even though I'm not deaf, and even though I'm not really that old. And then my favorite part was when you explained how your expression of sympathy was actually a subtly veiled attack. Trey, let me put it bluntly to you, dude. You're a fucking moron. I mean, you sound so fucking retarded in that thing. I almost didn't want to do any commentary at all and just let it just stand on its own. It would be the best attack I could possibly do. I have no interest in attacking you any more than I am interested in beating a little girl at basketball. Uh, just try to be a little bit more cautious with your own well-being, right? Don't don't throw yourself into the wheat thresher. Yes, it's true. I've got the wheat thresher off at the moment, but you'll still get cut by the blades if they're not spinning around. So, you know, I mean, Trey, there are so many possible people where you might actually come out ahead. I'm not one of them. Even when you do it in secret and I'm not there, you get fucking schooled. I mean, when you think that because you figured out jogging that it's kind of the same thing as the light speed rocket ship that I'm traveling in. After all, they're both transportation. Okay, well, have fun with that, Trey.